States are not able to enact their own alternative legislation and substitute that for the guarantees of the Constitution. That would mean that your state laws are more powerful than the Constitution. That would be simply unlawful. Clause 1 to Amendment 5 states that no person should be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment by a grand jury.
Can I just ask you, what item you looking at? What item you have?
If you don't mind stopping my time.
Mr. Cork? Okay. 25C, we don't have a 25C. I apologize.
It's 25C.
Oh, we might have changed the number, maybe.
At least on the agenda item that you guys had out there, recommended adoption for finance regarding the police department ordinance
Okay,
and
go ahead.
maintenance.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
What's that? It's on the finance item, Mr. Cork.
Mr. Chairman, just to clarify, my understanding is the participant is stating 25C on the manager's item, which is a transfer from the fiscal year 25 cost center police department ordinary maintenance. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, we can continue with your time.
Thank you so much. Clause 1 of Amendment 5 to the United States Constitution says that no person should be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment by a grand jury. However, the state of Massachusetts, unfortunately, has enacted an alternative legislation that permits your prosecuting attorneys and your police officers to charge by way of information as opposed to indictment as required by law. That is unconstitutional. An emolument violation is when you pay public officials to break the law. The first area that reinforces this in the Constitution is Article 1, Section 10. That's where it says that no state shall create or enforce any law that shall impair the obligation of contract. So police officers, your prosecutors, your judges, they're all under a contract. That's a contract to perform based on their oath or affirmation that they took to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. So when a state enacts a law that directs their agents to disobey that law, which is the Constitution of the United States, that would be a violation of Article 1, Section 10. The other area is the 14th Amendment that states no state shall create or enforce any law that shall abridge the privileges and immunities of United States citizens. I'm here to provide notice that you cannot continue to pay public officials to commit crimes. You cannot support that.
Thank you. Our next speaker. There's your name, city of residence, and item number.
My name is Tanwood Downing, and I'm a civil rights advocate and litigator from Washington, D.C. So Ms. Saxon provided a little bit of a lead-in. I need to provide a little bit of clarification to all of you. This is the exact same item, number 25. So if your police officers are going out and relying upon an inferior state statute that permits them to charge a person improperly in violation of the Constitution of the United States, they're committing a crime. It's called deprivation of rights under color of law. It's Title 18, subsection 242. So I have approximately 32,000 criminal affidavits on behalf of victims.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Reclaim time.
Excuse, I will hold you. 128. You got what's that?
Point of order. If this is about the item that they're referencing, I don't see where it is.
It's on. It's on finance item.
Yeah, I see the item, but what's that got to do with what these folks are talking about?
I would
from
be happy to
Washington?
explain.
Okay, we'll give you a few minutes because I'm a little lost here too. So.
Can I explain outside of my presentation, Your Honor?
No.
No.
Just go ahead. Go ahead. We'll continue.
Mr. Chairman, we're going to start the clock again.
So the first crime that these affidavits identify is deprivation of rights under color of law. It's Title 18, subsection 242. What that statute says is that any person who, under the color of any state statute, ordinance, custom, or regulation, deprives any person of any rights secured by the Constitution commits that crime. The second crime that these affidavits identify is Title 18, subsection 241, which is conspiracy to deprive of rights. That states when two or more persons conspire with the purpose of depriving any person of any rights secured by the Constitution commits that crime. Now, the laws of criminal conspiracy state that any person who, having knowledge of any of the wrongs conspired to be done, and who have the power to prevent or aid in the prevention of a commission of the same, neglects or refuses to do so, may be joined in defendants in the action. So upon having been provided this notice that you guys are paying for law enforcement to go out and commit an unconstitutional act, I would ask you guys to please step up, discharge the duties of your office, fulfill the obligations promised that you made to the people of the state of Massachusetts, and let's choose to protect, defend, and preserve the Constitution of the United States. Now, I know that you're going to go to your attorney. You're going to ask your attorney whether or not what I'm saying is true. That attorney is going to point you to a case from 1884 called Hurtado versus California from the United States Supreme Court. And before you guys choose to rely upon that as the foundation, I want to remind each and every single one of you that the Constitution of the United States of America is the foundation, not a judge-made ruling. The Supreme Court of the United States has no constituted authority to be able to alter, amend, or destroy any of the provisions or guarantees of the Constitution, that must be done by an authentic act of people in accordance with the special amending procedure of Article 5. And if you don't mind, I will explain how this
No,
applies.
we're good, thank you. And so are you representing yourself here, or are you representing a serve?
We have 32 affidavits on behalf of victims here in the state of Massachusetts that have been charged improperly. We're trying to
Okay.
avoid having to convert those from affidavits into criminal complaints.
Okay.
So we're asking you to please correct these unlawful acts.
Okay.
I have a notice I need to give to the record.
Okay, thank you.
Where would you like me to give the record, sir?
We the people rise and stand tall in the shadow of the